Yeah, people, welcome back to another brand new episode of Prem Podcast, episode 13. I'm here with my friend, Anna. Big up. Thanks for passing through again, my friend. Go over there, and subscribe to his channel. He's doing a whole lot of shows over there, man. So yeah, go follow him and give him some support. My friend Anna, he's from South Africa and he's still a teen. So his football expertise is really good. So that's why I always, keep him intact and bring him on this show. But how you doing, my friend?
I'm good, Nick. Yeah, enjoyed the weekend's football. Of course, Arsenal losing, United losing. Um, so yeah, been a good few days. Of course, we beating Luton. Something Liverpool can't say they did.
Yeah. Yeah. You scraped past Luton Town. I don't know how you managed to do that, but you did it.
Well, to be fair, we were 3-0 up. I don't know how we almost bottled it.
Yeah.
At least we didn't. At least we didn't.
What was it? We only like a couple of hours, less than 24 hours away from 2024. How is 2023?
Was decent. Had a good year. Actually, nothing horrible happened. Like illness and stuff like that. So, been been decent. Been a good year. Of course, football wise, definitely not.
Yeah.
Chelsea, but personally, a good year.
How was it for your channel, YouTube?
YouTube wise, let me check. I checked the other day. Um, let me go.
How many years you doing it now?
Um, April 5th of April, it's 2. It's 2 years.
2022?
Uh, yeah, yeah. The 5th of April in 2022, I started. So about 2 years almost now.
What would be that standout for your channel in 2023? That one moment you said, yeah.
Standout, that's tough.
Don't tell me it's the
Um,
World Cup. Don't tell me it's the Rugby World Cup, man.
um, like last year, I can tell you because that was the World Cup. I enjoyed that. Um, probably is the Rugby World Cup.
Yeah.
As the women's, no, yeah, I probably have to say the Rugby World Cup because, of course, us winning it, that was of course the pinnacle. But
Uh-huh.
just overall, just enjoyed that mostly, making content about it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, uh, it's tough to say.
So
Like
school wise, everything is okay school wise?
yeah, everything school wise is good.
And
Next
what
year, next year's
and
the big year for me.
okay. And what is
Um,
it? What is it? You said you close by Cape Town, but what is it to do in South Africa on a New Year's night?
depends where you really are. And sometimes you can go out. Some towns do have like showgrounds,
Uh-huh.
where there's a big party and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just depends your cup of tea. If you want to spend time with the family and stuff like that.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, everyone, the New Year's up on us, man. Holiday greetings to everyone. I hope everyone, who had a wonderful 2023. If you had a downfall, hope 2024 can be greater for you guys. So, yeah, don't try and make the same mistake that you did in 2023.
Oh,
Go into 2024. Try to better yourself. But yeah, we're going to go inside the show, man. We gone 5 minutes into the show. about reasoning, a little chit chat about life. But I know, we're going to start things off with the citizens, man. They highlight the 5 trophies that they won, over the past season.
Yeah.
The started off the game. Julian Alvarez, man, the Argentina, he have won everything already. Not even 23. But yeah,
Yeah, man.
the citizens have won that game. A little bit frustrated for them in that first half. I mean, they kind of cruise in the second half, but they are right up there again. 2 win on the bounce after coming off that big FIFA Club World Cup. Beating Fluminense, beat Everton a couple of days ago, and now they won at home against Sheffield United. Man, City are back. You think Arsenal, Liverpool, Aston Villa should be worried?
Um, yeah, for me, City are also back. Like before the Club World Cup, they don't look great, but I think there's something now in them. I still think Liverpool might just edge them.
Yeah,
But look, I don't think Arsenal should be scared because they've got their own problems.
yeah,
But definitely Liverpool should be scared. With the title race right now.
yeah. It's been strange though. Just before a few weeks before that Club World Cup started, you know, City was
Yeah.
on a little downfall. It's like they played around 8 games and they dropped 11 points from 24 points during that spell, and they just allowed teams to go ahead. But as I just said, they won their last 2 after that big Club World Cup, and they're right up there with Liverpool and Aston Villa, and I think they're going to go all the way again. And Rodri, he's one of the best in the business right now, if not the best right now in that number 6 position. He's playing out of, I don't know, man. He's just a touch of everyone in his position. And Phil Foden, we have to shout out Phil Foden. After Kevin De Bruyne went down few months back, he started out a little bit on that rocky side, but he picked up that momentum and he just started to score assists. He's playing really well. And a little player like Phil Foden, I call him the little magician. He has a wonderful first touch. It's the way how he control the ball. It's the way how he turn quick, his body movements, everything is really good. And I think he's going to be a really good player in the next couple of years from now. I think he's still developing, body wise, is really physically strong. You saw him hold off big opponents in the past, but I don't know what you want to say about Phil Foden, man. He's playing really good.
Like he's a great player, but he needs to shout for me in a run of games, not just 5, 4 games. Um, he needs to almost at least half a season show
Yeah,
me, okay, I'm that guy before I can say, okay, you are on that level now. You are one of the best.
yeah,
Um, but young players wise, is killing it. If I think of young players right now on form, it's probably in the top two, top three.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, he's doing better right now. But I still think he needs to do it over a season, maybe season and a half before he can truly say he's one of the best
yeah,
players in that city side. Because he isn't yet. You think Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, um, Doku, um, what else is there? Rodri, all those types of players are
yeah,
still better
yeah.
than him. So he needs to shut off
So
over a
he,
long period.
so he's saying he needs to be a little bit more consistent in his play.
Yeah, yeah, bit
You
more
know,
consistent than all.
E-
So
especially especially on the international level for England.
I think England wise, it's just England is England. Like, don't think many players will succeed. If you do good in the Premier, you will succeed over there.
Yeah,
because of Gareth Southgate and the way he plays his football. So don't think so.
Yeah, so we just spoke about, the Citizen, the defending champions. They are coming back again. We're going to move on from the game that just played. Arsenal 1, Fulham 2. A goal, the winning goal by the Reggae Boy International, Bobby Reid. What a wonderful game. But Arsenal, as what my friend Daniel said, is in crisis right now. They only won one game in their last 4 games so far. I don't know what is going on with Mikel Arteta. When that final whistle blew and the referee, whistle that final whistle, I was saying to myself, I'm just thinking, like, is it a run of Bada Farm for Arsenal, or Mikel Arteta brought them where he could succeed? He just need to probably have that next higher coach to come in and probably do something else, bring them to the next level.
For me, that it's not that. You see, last season, fluid football. He
Huh?
sacrificed that to bring Kai Havertz.
Yeah,
So Jack had them to replace him, and now you're asking um, Declan Rice to do the work of three midfielders, because Kai Havertz, he doesn't do anything. Odegaard is being played out of position, and is being pushed out
yeah.
to accommodate Kai Havertz. So I think it's just a change of system and everything. It is, for me, Mikel Arteta may lost the league in the summer, really, with signing Kai Havertz and just basically signing Kai Havertz and not replacing Chaka, because look, Chaka was helping Partey and he was helping going forward. Kai
Yeah,
Havertz doesn't do any of
yeah.
that. So yeah, I don't know. And Kai Havertz also plays as a left, is a plays on the left side. That's what
Yeah.
Odegaard usually was, as the cam. He will drift over to the left. If now you're pushing Odegaard totally to the right and playing him deeper, he messed it up when he signed him. So yeah, no.
So
Yeah,
who would be that good partnership with Declan?
uh, you can go Thomas Partey, but he's not fit really.
Yeah.
Um, if I think, um,
They have party out,
Palinia,
Huh?
maybe Palinia,
Pauline.
Palinia.
Yeah.
But again, he's a bit too defensive. But
They
maybe.
missed out on Tillman, Douglas Luiz, these good players that could
Uh,
have.
Douglas Louise, maybe, but I don't see it. Tillman's definitely not. It's too lazy for me. If I'm thinking just off the top of my head, who can I
But
sign?
definitely though, but definitely they need another core with Declan, someone that can,
Yeah,
complement, his game style,
definitely.
someone that can ease a little bit of pressure off him, because Odegaard and Kai not going to do much work off the ball. And Declan, as he works his socks off in that first half, he was going around mopping up, challenges, taking players off the ball. He overworked himself in that second half. You could see the amount of work that he did. But I just feel like when it comes on to the big games, that when Arsenal, especially this game, City just won back to back. Arsenal have a chance, the opportunity to go on top of the league. These are the games that, Arsenal need their captain to bang in. Odegaard, when it comes on to the crucial games, especially against the top 4 teams in the league, he always fade away. He's like, he always missing. So I don't know
Expected
what.
Airflix, mate.
Huh?
Expected Airflix. Expected Airflix. It always does this. Expected Airflix. Um, not expected goals. Expected
Yeah,
Airflix.
you know, um, I was expecting to see Trossard, on that left, Gabriel Jesus and Saka. I wasn't expecting to see, Martin. He had a poor game, especially at West Ham, you know. But I just feel like they just have to go back to the basic, what they used to be playing. You know, play those simple pass.
But
Sometimes they, huh?
but the thing is, they don't have the players to play that way. That's the problem. Um, and that's where Arteta showed up in the summer. Um,
They kind of light in the midfield. The midfield
mm,
midfield three, they're light. They don't have that second power beside Declan that can give them that strength.
like,
Vieira, the Portuguese, he's a good player, but he's kind of lightweighted in that midfield. You're not
and
going to find
we
many
even
players. Huh?
we even saw with Rodri,
Yeah,
when he was being played as that lone six with I think it was Alvarez and Foden, or Alvarez and Silva as the
yeah,
tens. Even he struggled.
yeah,
And that's why I said he conceded so many goals, because teams were just coming at them,
yeah.
and they were exploited at the back. So it just
But Bernardo
uh,
Bernardo is a different caliber player though. He will work. That's the thing with Bernardo. He's
yeah,
he's kind of
but
different.
it's, it can work definitely. But met, if you want someone next to, he's not going to sit next to Rodri or as
Yeah,
an eight, pick up the ball and try forward. He's not.
yeah,
He can, but he won't do that. He's more of the final third type player.
yeah,
Um, I think uh, maybe a Matthias Nunes would have worked well.
yeah.
Um, Next to Rice, but yeah, it's a tricky one. Who is
Yeah,
out there
yeah, man.
with?
I don't know, man, but yeah, Arsenal lost back to back.
Wait, before we move on, can I read you guys? Can I read you some stats
Okay,
quickly? Um, so Michael Jackson, the worst striker the season in the Premier League, according to rivals and to us. To be fair, he's um he's got 7 goals, one more than Starboy Bakayo Saka, and he's got more goals. Nicholas Jackson has got more goals than the whole Arsenal attack. Richarlison, Richie Lad, who was injured for how many games?
he was out for some
10.
time, dealing with mental
Yeah.
issues and
He,
injuries
he's
and all that.
only he's only 1 goal behind Starboy world class Bakayo Saka in the Premier League.
I hope Daniel football show is listening. Not Daniel. My Arsenal friends, Joel.
He's only one behind them.
That's
So
it.
yeah, that's all the stats I have. Funny
Yeah.
stats.
So yes, I was saying, I was going to move on, from the Gunners. The Gunners will play Liverpool January the 7th in the FA Cup at the Emirates. Arsenal last back-to-back London derbies game. So we're going to move on from another to we're going to move from West London to North London. Tottenham beat Bournemouth. Bournemouth is in Red Hat Farm. Bournemouth, it's like Idon Ayoli, the Spanish man, is doing magic at the Vitality. But they came up short today. Tottenham showed their class. Richarlison is back and farm, the Brazilian, 5 from 5. You know, what you have to say about Richarlison? Is he the man that going to carry, Tottenham with Young-Min Son going forward?
It's a tough one, but it's scoring the goals at the moment. So
He's a brand new player.
just it's
He's
a
like a
brand new
new
player.
signing.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
Yeah,
And I think most Tottenham fans wanted him out at the start of the season. Um, but we're not going to we at least get we won't get 3 quarters of our money back from what we paid for him. So, and there's not really anyone to to come out and sign him. I don't know. Maybe someone will sign him now. We will see. But at the moment, if he can keep this form going,
Yeah.
he can carry them. Um, um,
One thing I have to say though, about the Spurs team, even though they have a lots of injured players, they still playing that priority football that the manager want them to
yeah,
play. They still showing that fighting spirit. They every week that it doesn't matter what they played. There's always the same energy, from the players. Pour on the right back. He's just going up and down that right side. It's like he's the only one playing over there. And Young Minson, he started out the season a little bit poor, but he picking up where he left off a few seasons back. I think he scored 11 goals and 5 assists, 6 assists this season. For Young Minson, he's playing really good. He's leading, from the front. But I feel like if Tottenham, they have a FA Cup match next, but I think their next game, Tottenham next game will be in the Premier League. Will They will play United at Old Trafford, on January 14th, and they were saying that Madison maybe will be back. They will have a few players back, so look out for Tottenham coming back. They started out the season, they win their first 6 games of the season, something like that. So they're going to come, but we're going to move on, from Spurs. They're going to be up there, coming next year, and especially when
yeah,
they get back, James Madison back. That's someone that creating so many chances and opportunities for them. With Richie scoring goals, Young and Son, they just have to probably work on that right sided, with Kuliskevsky, Brennan Johnson, whenever these players, comes up, they have to show up their class, But you're going to move on, to your team, Luton Town versus Chelsea.
yeah.
You won that game 3-2. You scrape over the line in that game.
Um, Look, we were 3-0 up, and we are doing decent. For in the 70 to 75 minutes, and Luton finally decided to show up.
Yeah,
Um, our 3 goals came from Luton mistakes.
yeah,
Um, so the first goal, clearance from Kapore straight to Palmer. Second one, Doherty and your guy Amari Bell.
yeah,
Not standing off Noni Madueke, but great shot from him. And then Cole Palmer, great bit of work from Nicholas Jackson, and Cole Palmer putting on the finishing touches, rounding the goalkeeper,
yeah.
um, and fake shot.
Is that the best goal for Chelsea season so far? That build up?
The
The
the what? Sorry,
No,
repeat.
I'm saying, is that the best build up, for Chelsea this season? That goal that they
Oh,
scored, that Cole Palmer, because it was a
uh,
wonderful build up from the back. I mean,
it
Chelsea
was
show Chelsea
also.
show moments of plays like that, but it's just not consistently, throughout the season.
I would probably say the Mudryk goal, midweek against
Uh,
Palace was probably one of the best.
yeah,
Maybe even Mudryk's goal against Fulham, when
yeah,
we played them. Caicedo played the ball to Cole. Cole run down the wing, pass it to Mudryk, and he just laced it. So there's been a few of those of the goals of some great build-up play. Um, but Luton then turn up in the first 75 minutes.
yeah,
Last 20 minutes, yeah, I would say they finally turned up, and
yeah.
that's where
They missed a few opportunities too. Could have easily equalized
we
in the games.
yeah, they missed a few opportunities. Um, but when you only show up in the 75th minute,
Yeah,
80th minute, you are lucky to get away with a draw.
yeah,
We almost bottled it again, like we did against Arsenal. First, then we dominated them for 75 minutes, and then in the 77th minute they scored, and then they scored really quickly afterwards. So almost bottled it like that, but at least we saw it out. we got problems.
Yeah.
But that's Poch mismanagement. Is costing us points. Um, and this game again, it's almost cost us. Um, but yeah. Um,
Um.
the problems we have are deep rooted. That's all I'm gonna say. But lose and fair play to them.
Yeah.
They are doing really well. And I reckon if they play like they played in the last 20-15 minutes, then they have a really good chance of staying up.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
All right. So in January, you have some very crucial games coming up. You have that semi-final against Middlesbrough, where where you travel to the Riverside Stadium first, January the 9th, and then you go and then you play at home on January 23. But before that, you have the FA Cup. The FA Cup and the EFL Cup is a big tournament for Chelsea this season. This is
yeah.
something you guys looking. You could see the emotion, when you guys who you guys beat in the quarterfinals again. That penalty,
Newcastle.
Newcastle, you could see the emotions on Enzo's face, how it mean to him to be in the semi-final. Obviously, you see the passion coming out of his eyes. You could see that he wanted to win a trophy. South America, they poised over the game, but the EFL and the FA Cup, Chelsea have to go in that tournament, wanted to win it.
Yeah. Definitely. We're playing Middlesbrough. We've got the favourable draw. Then
Yeah.
playing Fulham. And
And then you play Liverpool.
We'll see. We'll see. Fulham second leg isn't easy, like Arsenal showed.
Yeah.
Um,
Then you will go to
winning
Anfield
Fulham at the
January
beating
31st.
Fulham in the cup.
Yeah.
Look, Liverpool, they first need to get past Fulham. Um, like Craven Cuts, it's not an easy place to go, like
It's not an
Arsenal.
easy place to go. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think the second leg is at Stamford Bridge, if I'm not wrong.
No,
So
you talking about the Liverpool game?
no, our game. The second leg is our place. So
Yeah, you go to the Riverside Stadium first, then you play that home the second leg.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But in between that, you,
and
you still have the West London derby in between that.
yeah, so Fulham, we quickly beat Fulham, and then they quickly beat Liverpool for us. Look, we should beat Fulham.
Love the energy, man. Love the confidence.
Look,
But
Fulham, we smashed Fulham 2-0 away from home. We
yeah,
should beat them. I think it will still will be tight, but we should beat them.
yeah,
The big game is that Liverpool one, the 31st
yeah,
of Jan.
yeah.
Um, we'll see. We'll see how
You
that
see.
game goes.
Yeah.
That game,
That's it. For Luton Town. They lost 3-2 at home against Chelsea. We're going to the City Ground. My team, United, Tenag problems, Rashford. Everyone is everyone problem right now. Problem crisis at United, man. United lost that game 2-1. Gibbs White. Gibbs White. Gibbs White, but he played that Euro last summer. But obviously I don't know if he has some Jamaican heritage. My grandparents. Hope if my country can get him over the line, that will be an awesome one to get Gibbs White play for the Reggae Boys, especially. We know all eyes for him is playing for the England national team, but probably can keep a little ears out there. It's possible. It's possible. He has Jamaican heritage, but
yeah.
United, last again, for season. I feel like this one is down to the coach, man. I feel like this one mostly down to the coach because
Uh,
it's that.
no, yeah. Have your say first.
Yeah, down to the coach. This one, when you look at all the team set up, over a couple match days, playing Kobe Mainu in that CDM role, it's like a 4-1-4-1 formation, and he bring that defense stability to the back line. He can map up. He's not that fast around the pitch, but he has that intelligent where to read the game, where the ball is going, and he was marking Gibbs White all first half, and even that second half until Scott came on the pitch. Gibbs White is like he started to free up all over the pitch. You get what I'm saying? And Scott, man, whenever United is taking a set piece,
Did you
it
see?
seems like
Did you see what? Did you see what Tannock said about that sub?
no, I didn't see that post game with
Uh,
Salah.
Let me quickly tell you.
You know,
Let me just get the
um,
quote, but
and
continue while I find that quote.
you got it.
Uh, you can first continue. I just need to find. I
Yeah.
put it in the chat
So
somewhere.
you know, and it's Marcus, playing up front. Hoyland, he scored his first goal, in the Premier League. A couple of days ago against Villa. Thought he was going to be in the squad, but they said of illness, he's out. And we don't have a striker. That's it. That's why it was really crucial for the team, to go out there and get an experienced striker, someone that can play it alongside with Hoyland, give him that break sometime. But it's massive pressure on the Norwegian, on the Danish, my bad, and Rashford, when he don't even want to challenge for the balls. When the ball come, he's kind of ducking. And Anthony is going to be the one of the biggest downfall for Ten Hag if he's going to get the sack, because Anthony is not doing anything. His first attempt is always to skip over the ball or pass it back. He's not, as a winger, your first attempt is going forward, take on your wing back, going forward, try to get crosses in. He's not doing any of that. And I just feel like he just need to go on the bench, because everyone that's underperformed, he benched them. But whenever Anthony is available, this player always in the coach starting level. Obviously, he pressured, the United people to get him when they could have get him for like 30-35 million early in the summer. They delay until they got him for like what 80-85, almost 90 mil. And Ajax couldn't believe what United offered to them. So I'm saying, and he's not doing anything. Elanga has scored more goals than all of United forwards in the Premier League. A player that we sold. I mean, kudos for him, get out of a toxic environment and enjoying his football. If he was at United, he wouldn't been scoring goals. He's playing in a team that, togetherness, they're working together, playing with a manager, Steve Cooper, now, Nuno Santos, coaches that, have a chemistry, have a style of play. All the team wanted to go out there and match their opponent. And United, all I heard Ten Hag is asking for, he had a lot of injuries. Yeah, Tottenham have a lot of injuries. Arsenal have a few players out. City have to be dealing with a few injuries. Not United alone as a team is dealing with injuries, but you're just not seeing that direction of where, Ten Hag want this team to play. And to be honest, everyone was complaining about, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he's just a counter-attacking manager. You only sit behind the ball. But at least he have a direction of where, the club want to play. And he's a manager in the Premier League of the longest running away games, unbeaten. I think it's 30. The last team did that was the invincible team, Arsenal. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, did some fantastic job at United. You could see the direction of how you want to play. But Ten Hag, we saw it at Ajax. Ajax have a whole system, and that should show you that the club United is a broken pieces of glass. Not the decision up front. From the bigger heads come all the way down. Everything just need to fix. And the players do have to take a lot of responsibilities. Especially the captain, Bruno. I think he argued with the officials more than how he created chances season. I mean, he's the top creator in the Premier League, for created chances. I think he created like 52 chances in the Premier League so far. Not big chances, but he's right up there. But I just,
Yeah,
Marcus Rashford, we knew that, he's a quality player. He's just probably going through
I think. Sorry to interrupt you, but one of the my one of the United fans I know said perfectly. Um, You um, Ten Hag isn't a man to a Champions League, a Premier League. He's a
Uh-huh.
good manager. He's not good enough, but like you said, in his defense, these players are technically and physically eh, terrible. Um, I don't think, for me, he shouldn't be sacked yet. But as soon as you get rid of all your deadwood players, then you can get rid of your deadwood manager,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Because no build-up shape, no tactics, no inconsistency, no sense of what to do. Um, and I think the worst is when I think he didn't play Varane or someone like that in the derby, and he said
Yeah.
his tactic. Um, and also, again, Kobe made no substitution, according to Samuel Luckhurst. He said Maino's removal was tactical. He says he has no regrets about the decision. He explains in Maino's substitution and says Forrest's goals had nothing to do with the central midfield.
Yeah.
So I think it's lost the plot. The question is, can you stick with a manager that has lost the plot and then remove the place, or remove the place and then the dead manager?
Yeah.
So that's a big question. But yeah, it's a question that United fans have to make themselves.
Yeah. I have one more, before you go. This game, Aston Villa, they somehow got that result. It's back to back. They struggle to beat Sheffield at home. Now they struggle, to beat 10 men Burnley. You know, my question,
And
Leon Bailey, the Reggae Boy International man, he's one of the red hot farm, winger in the league. Is he that? Is he get to that quality of Mo Salah? What you think about Leon Bailey?
he's a quality player. And Diaby was once ahead of him, but Diaby dropped off. Now he stepped up.
Yeah,
Um, so his quality, Leon Bailey. Um, Took him a few games to out, start coming.
yeah.
So we'll see. Uh,
Yeah, so
um,
obviously, he scored 6 goals, and assist 5 in the Premier League season. He scored a couple goals in that Europa Conference League against a Scottish team. I think Almere is a Dutch team. Somehow, I think he scored a couple goals in the Conference League also. But Aston Villa, man, they're right up there. They're right up there. You think they can do the Cinderella story as what Leicester did, 2015 and 2016 season?
don't think so. I think it's one step too far. But who knows? Maybe
Yeah,
anything can happen.
yeah.
But don't think. Um,
Um, what you
but
think my last question to you, I know you have to run, but what you think Villa need to do to strengthen the squad if they finish in the top four?
what do they need to do to strengthen? Um, hmm, I don't think it's. I think if they can get an Oded in, just to calm the team a bit down,
Uh-huh.
and help them when they do attack. When they are chasing a game and do need to hold on to a lead, if they can just maybe get an Oded in, that would be best.
Uh-huh.
Um, so yeah. One sec. Um,
Yeah, so people, want to comment and let me know, right now speaking, should Leon Bailey win Player of the Month in the Premier League for December, man? He's scoring a lot of goals. He's playing really good, for Aston Villa. He's a man, right now for Aston Villa. Remember a couple in the past, other times, I know me and my friend chit chat about Leon Bailey. We call him, the substitution king. The man that cannot play 90 minutes. Whenever he start, he always gets substitutes around the 60, 70-minute mark. But you could see that game by game, he's staying on the pitch, a little bit longer. You understand? So yeah, his game is excellent. One thing I have to say though, I don't know if you knew Leon Bailey, when he just started, probably around 6 years ago when he was playing for Genk, when he was like, 17 years old, coming through the Genk. This is the
No.
type of old version of Leon Bailey. Yeah? His first instinct when he just started to play, his first instinct was control and go forward, direct. He's a very direct player. He's been like that since he's growing up, in Jamaica in his academy. So the old Leon Bailey is taking his time coming back, and I love to see that about him. Leon Bailey is a player that making me want to watch the Premier League more and more, because that you have that that country affiliation, and he's a player. Once upon a time, used to be a rival in terms of we used to go head to head in the academies in the youth leagues in Jamaica. So he's someone that I really know. Once upon a time, but it's a joy, man, to see another Jamaican is doing really good. Especially a Jamaican born. Bobby Reid is a reggae boy international, but he's an English born, but we still love him. But it's much more deeper than that when you're coming from Jamaica. We have players in the past like Ricardo Fuller, Baby Gardner, coming from deep inside of the Jamaican Premier League from schoolboy football days. So it's a deep cut, man, to see Leon Bailey playing at this level right now in the Premier League. It's a joy for Jamaican people. Every time when you do something good, it's always a big write up back home in Jamaica, and he's making his people proud. We're looking forward for this Leon Bailey in the Reggae Boy shirt coming March against the USA in the Nations League semi-final. And we need this Leon Bailey in the Copa America, coming up against Mexico, Venezuela, and all these teams, forgot who else, and Ecuador. But I know,
Is Canada in the Copa America or not?
no, they're not yet. They're in a plane. They have a plane against Trinidad and Tobago, because the Reggae Boys beat them last November. That was the game that they need to win to advance, but we beat them on aggregate. But they're going to play Trinidad in March coming that plane. So yeah, if they beat Trinidad, they will go in
It could be
and
big
I
for
think they will go in
Trinidad.
Argentina soon. I think they will bounce in Argentina soon. I think
It would be massive for Trinidad if they can qualify.
it will be massive.
So
Yeah, 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 yeah. It will be massive for Trinidad and Tobago if I forgot the coach name. If they can get into the Copa, it will be good.
yeah, no, but no, Leon Bailey is on red hot form. Like you
Yeah,
say in the title, and he can do something. Look, he is a decent player. Um, well, if they can get a few experience in that squad a bit more, then they could challenge. But I think it's a
I feel like they're going to need that
bit too
that
far.
they're going to need a left back also. They're going to need that real solid left back. Someone you remember when the Ecuadorian left back, Estupian.
Yeah,
Yeah, get someone like that, that energy. Lucas Digne is a player that, he's a good player, especially taking set pieces, but I don't think he can play a whole season. He has always have some injury problems and all of that. You always get yellow cards suspended and all of that. So they just need that a backup or someone that can come straight into the starting level. But I feel like Aston Villa, they have a really wonderful manager. Tactically, he's really good, and Villa is playing with a high line. That's the thing. Villa is one of the team in the league that I think they said teams got more. I think teams got more offside. I think that
yeah.
I don't remember how does it go. But
They
yeah,
they do play a high line.
yeah,
Them and
they
Tottenham.
yeah, they do play our line, and teams always get a lot of offside calls on Villa. But I just feel like, if they could fix that defensive midfield era, that number 6, and someone that can proper hold that back line, Konsa is playing really good. Obviously Minks always have some uncertainty around his career at Villa Park. Diego Carlos, the Brazilian, Pau Torres, really good centre half, but if they want to move to the next level, they have to go get elite players. They already
Yeah,
have a goalkeeper that's already up there. He's a good shot stopper. He's strong in the air. He's very athletic too. And he's a good player at his craft. And he's one of the best. In the league. Obviously, you saw what he did in the World Cup. But yeah, grateful. Leon Bailey is doing really good for Aston Villa. He kind of worried me a lot, especially in that back end of the season. Last season, wasn't on farm, a lot of injuries. Every time when he go down, he's always like, don't tell me it's going to be out, for a longer period. But Leon is doing it right now. He's doing it big right now. Big, big, big. I can't wait to see, Michael Antonio back. Think we kind of lost, I know, there. Oh,
yeah.
that,
No,
that was,
the yeah, no, like I said, it's
yeah,
good for Jamaica. It's good for everyone.
yeah.
But results like that, where Villa needs to scrape
And
their Fulham. Yeah, go.
Villa, they have the most points in a calendar year outside of City in the Premier League.
Yeah. I think they also have the best home record
They have the
outside
best
of.
outside of City. They have the best home record also. So yeah, Unai Emery doing really good. He's a man at the helm in Birmingham right now, flying high. But um, Wolves beat Everton 3-0 at the Molineux. The last time Wolves won 3 straight Premier League games, it was all the way back in 2021 when they beat Southampton 1-0, Newcastle 2-1, and Villa 3-2. Coach is doing a really good job. Gary O'Neill is doing a one. He came in. I think he came in a couple of days before the Premier League, right? When he played United at Old Trafford, and everyone was, especially the Wolves fans, they were losing their minds, like what the coach is doing. But Gary O'Neill came in, man, and he's doing a really good job. You see, Kwang, yeah, the Asian player, they extend him contract. Mateus Cunha, he's having a good run of farm. Can they get back that you remember when Bruno Lage and Nuno Santos, having that Wolves team running, with Traore and they beating City, left, right, and center. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wolves are doing bets, like you say.
Yeah.
They have the same record as us. We've just got a better goal difference than them. Carroll New got
Yeah.
sacked by Bournemouth. Was really
Yeah.
surprised. But it done is doing better now. Bournemouth manager is also doing bits right now.
But yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. You don't know the Spanish. I have something, very interesting about Wolves this season. Wolves have played, 21 games in our
20 games.
competition. Huh?
20 games, isn't it?
No, 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 no.
20.
Like I'm saying in our competitions.
Oh,
I'm saying
yeah.
they played, the last time Wolves played a game in the Premier League, in our competition, they played, I think they lost 3-0 against West Ham the other day at London Stadium. Before that though, they have played 21 games in the Premier League and they have scored in all games, win, lose, or draw. So this is a team that's scoring goals. The
Yeah,
last time,
that
the
they do
last time
score
before
goals.
before that West Ham game that they lost 3-0, I think a week and a half ago, the last team that beat them, we thought they scored a goal. It was that United victory at Old Trafford.
That
You know,
that was first game of the season.
yes. So yeah. So now now they won 4 in their last 6 games. Crystal Palace against Brentford. Crystal Palace came back. After Lewis Potter scored in what the first opening 5 minutes of the game. But Crystal Palace, man, I have two players that I want to talk about. Olise, the
Yep,
Frenchman, and Eze. Especially Olise. You think he has the potential to play in a top 6 club in the Premier League?
definitely, definitely, he does have it. And the good thing about Solise is he can drop deeper as a midfielder because he has the physicality.
Yeah,
So if you want to be switch, if you want to switch your counter attack, then yeah, you
yeah,
can. Yeah, yeah, man. So nah, his quality as a still inconsistent for me. On
yeah.
his day is good, but he still has a few
He,
flaws
he, he signed
with
a
his
he
game.
signed a
But
contract extension. Eze.
Eze,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's down to performance, bumping up his wage. Probably I put some clause in it and all of that. But I don't see him at Crystal Palace for the next 2 seasons if he continue to play the same way. To be honest, Eze and Olise is a wonderful player. Two really good players that bring in Crystal Palace. But I have something that I want to say about Crystal Palace, man. The Crystal Palace have a striker. Me and my friends always talk about it. Mateta. Sometimes I don't know what some players like in like, for instance, I'm talking about Jamaican players that playing around the world, locally and abroad. A player like Mateta, when you look like a player like Mateta, man, I don't know what is his purpose in this team. He's not good. I mean, obviously he's quick. He can work off the ball. He's strong. He's powerful. But otherwise from that, I don't see how Mateta is still in the Premier League. And I think he was bought by Patrick Vieira, the Frenchman. But I don't know, people. I don't know if anyone can comment or relate to the same thing I'm saying. But Mateta, he's not that good. He's not that good, and I've seen a lot of players, especially in the championship, players, with my nationality, Jamaica, can fill that gap, but it's just all about sometimes the nationality, your agents, people who you connect with, around the world, but Mateta is the one that he always like, what the hell is this guy doing, man? For Crystal Palace. But I have, my team of the season so far. I don't know if Anno gone. He said he has to go out. You know, in 5 minutes. Yeah. So yeah. So my team of the season so far. Start off. With the goalkeepers. You have Nick Pope was doing excellent. For Newcastle. Uh, Onana making a lot of mistakes, but he had 6 clean sheets of the season so far. Edison, Manchester City, but Allison is a top goalkeeper for me right now in the Prem. Yeah, I think he conceded the fewest goals as a goalkeeper in the Premier League right now. Yeah, but yeah, Allison, will be my standout goalkeeper for this season. For the defenders, the center half, you have Saliba, VVD, which is Virgil van Dijk. You know, you have you have yeah, I think you have Boatman before he got injured. You have Romero, for Tottenham. But Aston Villa don't have that real center half that playing consistently. But my two center half that I will pick, is Saliba and Virgil van Dijk, as a two center half, and my right back will be Trent. Trent is an excellent player. Trent, I've created 13 big chances in the Premier League this season. He scored some crucial goal. I think that one at City, that one at home against Fulham. he didn't start out the season that well, especially at Chelsea. But as the progressing, he's a wonderful player. You could see that defensively, it's not there yet where he's supposed to be, but he's getting sharper. But Trippier is another player that is playing out of his socks. But over the last couple of weeks, especially in December, Trippier has been awful, for Newcastle, but still a good player. What he did from August till November, excellent. But I just feel like Trent is that player for me, in that right back position. Trippier has leadership, everything, but Trent is the one that really on farm. And my left back will be Udogie. Udogie will be my left back. That Spurs left back. Really good player. They bought him and loan him back out to Udinese, and the coach have trusted him and starting in the team. Right now he's scoring. Yeah. So Udogie will be my left back. And to the midfield, no doubt about it. First name in the midfield is Rodri, the Spanish man. Rodri and Declan Rice, both players are playing excellent. If you take, Rodri have that statistics with him where I think whenever he don't play for City, the last 41 games, whenever Rodri is missing since he joined, a couple of years ago, and Declan Rice is being that stability for the Gunners this season, especially in that midfield. Yeah, he's been the rock. Most people saying that he's not creating chances, he's not scoring, but I think he scored a crucial goal. I don't remember what game he scored in, but he scored, let me see if I can. He scored a crucial goal, for Arsenal. He scored against Luton Town. Yeah, the goal that, I think the goal that won Arsenal the game in the 97th minute. But if you take a Declan Rice out of an Arsenal team, they probably would be in this position right now, because it's the way he's intelligent. He mapped up his defensive work and intelligent of covering spaces. Know where the ball is going to play before it even go. So his position awareness is really good. So yeah, it's Declan and Rodri for me in that double pivot. And my number 10, Bernardo Silva is good, playing really good. So I think he had 37 assists now in the Premier League. In like collectively since he joined Manchester City, you have Madison. He was really good, creating a load of chances. For Tottenham, he scored goals, but he got injured. I feel like Bernardo Silva is that player. Who can put in that midfield. So that will be my midfield three. Rodri, Declan, and Bernardo Silva. For the striker, the forward line, it's pretty easy. Big man, Erling Haaland. Obviously, Watkins is playing really good right now. For Aston Villa. Isak is right up there. As a striker. Wills. Yeah, Callum Wilson. A little bit in and out, but yeah, Erling Haaland will be my number 9. And for the right wing, you have Jared Bowen at West Ham playing really good. I think he scored double figures in the Premier League so far. Jared Bowen, you have Leon Bailey, not started out the season good in the Premier League, but his last couple months really strong. Mo Salah is out there. He's one of the top scorers in the league. 12 goals with 3 goals from the penalty spot. I think he had around, Mo Salah have around 7 assists. Yeah, 7 assists this season. So, but for me though, it will definitely, it will. Richard Green. I will answer that soon. But yeah, so Mo Salah will be that on that right side for me. Mo Salah will be on that right side for me in the Premier League season, in the Premier League team of the season so far, and Erling Haaland and Heung-min Son on that left-hand side. You have, I know you have Anthony Gordon is playing really good. You have Kwang for Wolves, but Heung-min Son is playing at that level right now. And that's all my team for a team of the season so far. I would love to put Reggae Boy internationally and Bill, but I can't be that to bias because Mo Salah is doing what he does best in the Premier League. Um, so my friend said, yeah, Pino, that's a big one. That's a big one. But if you really look at it though, King, he's good with the ball. He's good with the ball at his feet. He will he will good for Villa to play at left-sided centre half for Unai Emery. But I just feel like Unai Emery is looking outside of the Premier League every time when he goes in the market. He wanted players technically wise, good on the ball, and Pinnock have that. But it's a different kettle of fish moving Pinnock out of a Brentford system, where he understand and know how Thomas Frank want to play, put him in an Unai Emery team with a high line. Pinnock is not blessed with pace, so I don't think that will be a really good buy for Unai. But talking on a fan point of view, I would love to see him play at a much bigger club, a club that more established. Aston Villa is a big club. They have a massive stadium. They have a massive fan base in Birmingham. So it's an elite club for them over there in the Midlands. But I don't think Pinnock will be a good fit for Aston Villa because that eye line with Unai Emery playing, it's just not going to work. Yeah, it's just not going to work. You see, he have trust in Pau Torres, player that who is quicker than Pinnock. Diego Carlos is very aggressive. Yeah, he's a very aggressive player, concept player that can play right back and center half, very versatile. So I think Unai Emery have his defenders cut out, but I don't think Pinnock really cut out for Unai Emery. So I don't think that will be a good fit for him. Yeah. So that's my opinion. That's my opinion. If you don't agree or agree with me, you can comment and tell me what you think. But yeah, my team of the season so far: Alisson in goal, Saliba, Virgil van Dijk, two centre half, Trent and Itoji, Declan, Rodri, Silva, Mo Salah, Erling Haaland, and Heung-min Son up there. But you still have a shout out, Jared, Kwang, Watkins, Isak, especially Cole Palmer is doing it big right now for Chelsea. Yeah, he's doing it good. 8 goals in the Premier League so far and 4 assists. But we have reached our mark of the Prem podcast, people. Yeah, if you manage to reach this far, just like the video, man. Just like the video. If you haven't subscribed as yet, subscribe to the channel. That's one of the best way for to. Oh, so this is another team of the season so far, yeah. So Alisson, Trent, Saliba, Doge, Luis, Shabazai. So is he missing Rodri out of that team? I know. Where is Rodri? Rodri is the best. Is it a mistake? Come on, tell me it's a mistake. You have Shabazai, Luis, and Palmer in the team. Yeah, Palmer is the next one, could have been that team. Yeah, for me, for Bernardo Silva, but it's just that Bernardo Silva have been doing it since August, and Palmer is, he came in late. He just started to pick up, especially in a poor Chelsea team. So he don't have that level of consistency from the time he started until now. Bernardo Silva is playing off his socks, but I know there's no Rodri. You have Bowen. Bowen, obviously Bowen probably get picked over Son, but that's very interested from Anna right there. That's very interested, man. But people, bless up to everyone that's passed through. Thanks for the support. Happy New Year when it comes to everyone. Bless up on yourself. Bless up everyone that supported Nikada Media House, who is on live, who always come through late after the video finish and upload. Appreciate everyone, man. Remember, don't forget to go over there and support Anno channel. He talk about a lot of things, especially cricket. He's a South African. He's just a team. I just can't see why Anna didn't pick Rodri. I would love his comment on why he didn't pick Rodri. But yeah, that's it for the Prem Podcast episode 13, guys. The Premier League will be back in 14 days from now, 2 weeks. Yeah, it's a long break. Long break, yeah. But Liverpool will play Newcastle tomorrow, and Tuesday, West Ham versus Brighton. I feel like Liverpool will win that game 3-1 tomorrow. Newcastle is in some horrible form right now. And I just feel like in that Brighton game, that will end 2-2. Goals galores in that game. These two teams always score goals. Yeah. Last time, they scored 4 goals. West Ham won that 3-1. Last season, Brighton won 4-0 and 2-0 at London Stadium. So there's always goals in these fixtures. Always goals. So 2-2 tomorrow. 3-1 tomorrow and 2-2 on Tuesday. The West Ham and Brighton again. People, thanks for checking in. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'm leaving. Peace out.